my Troublesomes, it's Miracle, and welcome back to Mind of Miracle. I'm so happy you guys decided to join me today, and honey, we are doing what we do best, and that is minding other people's business. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a little comfort pillow, go ahead and pour yourself a little drinky drink, honey, because I got the hot cocoa for you. Okay, my loves, I actually have two things to talk to you guys about today, and has everything to do with Miss Jaclyn Hill and ABH Cosmetics. So let's just dive right into it. And before I dive all the way up in there, make sure you guys, if you have not already, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and select all so you receive all the updates any other time that I upload. And make sure you comment at the end and let me know how you're feeling. All right, without further ado, here we go. So first and foremost, let's talk about Miss Jaclyn Hill. Now, if you guys were not aware, Jaclyn Hill ended up uploading a rather cryptic looking image of her wearing a bunch of electrodes all over her head, and she quickly ended up removing that image off of Twitter. Shortly thereafter, she ended up uploading a statement that gave all the details pertaining to what was actually going on, and this was actually in turn supposed to be treatment revolving around her mental health. Jaclyn had this to share. This is one of the forms of therapy I am doing 3 times a week to help with anxiety, depression, sleep, and dependency. It's okay to admit that you need help. It's okay to be vulnerable. For those of you struggling, remember this is a journey. Stay consistent and be kind to you. This is extremely hard for me to talk about for many reasons, she continues. But I know a lot of people are wondering why I'm so absent on socials recently. I've decided to make my health my #1 priority. I briefly opened up about it in my video, but it's very deep and I need help. For the past couple of years, I've completely neglected me. I've focused on people around me and my career, but I've totally let myself go in the meantime. I am working with an amazing team right now to detox my body and get myself back to where I need to be. Me, Jaclyn Hill. I know you guys want makeup tutorials and videos, so do I, but I'm currently spending 6 to 8 hours a day with doctors, IVs, therapists, because I am determined to get back to where I need to be. Please understand that I love you and I can't wait for our future together when I'm done with these projects and you can spend more money. But in this time of my life, I have to put myself first before anything else. I hope you understand, and I can't wait to get on the other side of this and share my journey with you. But this did not come without any backlash, as to most things that have to do with Miss Jaclyn. In fact, the biggest issue that this situation ended up bringing up is the possibility that she actually is lying. And unfortunately, Jaclyn does not have the best track record. Multiple people ended up sharing that this image that we ended up seeing had actually been seen a whole year in advance, and it was just for a standard sleep study. Now, while I was not able to find this image specifically, I was able to find this, and it looks like it matches, hunty. Now, what exactly is allowing people to believe that she's lying about this at this present time? It may be in reference to her possibly undergoing tax evasion, and reference to her nonprofit organization Lions and Lipstick. People were speculating if she even actually had a nonprofit organization, but I was able to confirm that it has actually been registered. Now, as far as the legal mumbo jumbo, I don't fully understand the full breadth of what that entails, so if anybody is more knowledgeable, please drop that in the comment section down below. But from my understanding, because her nonprofit is registered under a religious entity, i.e. church, then she is not under obligation to report any of this to the IRS. Someone ended up asking her how the charity was going, and she actually ended up emotionally tweeting out this statement. Since you insist on digging into everything, you should dig a little deeper. Lions and Lipsticks is a foundation that my family and I created in hopes to save children from human trafficking, but we're still working out the details before going public with it. Lions and Lipsticks doesn't even have a bank account. Not $1 has been donated to it. I pay my taxes like a law-abiding citizen and would never try to get out of it. Please, stop believing every little thing you hear. And no need to be too curious, this was the initial tweet that elicited that response. Additionally, another part of why she may be going through the ringer right now is because she's faced another bad launch, and that is in reference to the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill collaboration part 2. And I'm sure you guys have seen all the details all over the internet, but in essence, people were just complaining about it is no longer vegan as advertised in the first volume. Moving on out of this, we are next talking about ABH Cosmetics, also known as Anastasia Beverly Hills. Anastasia Beverly Hills has also been going through it, guys, and it seems like their image has been taking a rather rough pounding. That was really sus. So in true ABH fashion, they ended up issuing out an email to a couple of influencers, one of which that ended up taking to social media to speak on ABH reaching out to her was actually Lauren Elise. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, but yeah. Now, in reference to Lauren, people have also confirmed with her that Manny MUA has also received the very same email from ABH. But in any case, this is what ABH initially had emailed her. Lauren paraphrased this. Y'all's fave emails me with a partnership offer where I create content in exchange for a chance to be featured to their audience of over 20 million followers. I've been doing this influencer thing for far too long to be working with multi-million-dollar brands for exposure. I mean, whether you've been an influencer for a while or just starting up, you shouldn't work for free. But I can understand someone just coming into the community jumping on an opportunity like this. But still, they have more than enough money to pay creators. To that end, Norvina herself actually ended up reaching out and issuing this statement on Twitter. Good morning, everyone. I haven't been on Twitter for a few weeks now due to personal things and focusing on campaigns, so I'm a little bit out of the loop. This morning, my friend texted me a tweet that was posted by an artist that I respect, and I wanted to log on to address both hers and our community as a whole. Lauren, I know you posted a tweet about ABH reaching out to you and requesting content for the chance of a feature, and I want to personally apologize to you first and foremost. It's extremely disrespectful and I 100% understand why you are upset. I'd be pissed too. We recently grew our social team to keep the brand moving forward while I have been focusing on creative, and this email was sent by a new hire. I was not aware that these proposals were being sent, and I'm very frustrated that they were because this does not align with our brand's values. I promise that this has been addressed internally with the entire team. I fully understand that this does not erase what happened and the damage has been done, and I am sorry on behalf of our entire brand. You don't owe us your acceptance, but I truly hope that in the future we can discuss, and we'd be more than excited to work together on a proper paid collaboration. In regards to the rest of the community, we hear you loud and clear about these issues, and we are super disappointed that we've hurt or disrespected anyone. Everyone deserves to be paid when they do work, and although this has been a core value of mine personally, our brand slipped, and I know it's on me to handle. I can sit here and write that we will do better all day long, but actions speak louder than words, and I hope to show you all how much we love, care, and respect the makeup community. Norvina. Instead of this being a happily ever after scenario, what ended up happening was Norvina shortly thereafter ended up deleting that tweet, much to the confusion of many. But there were a lot of individuals who ended up speculating as to why Norvina would possibly decide to delete this apology, and it revolved around a rather interesting scenario with a makeup artist by the name of Alana. Now, if you guys do not know who Alana is, I'll give you a quick refresher. She was an individual who ended up receiving a lot of accolades for deciding to disassociate herself from ABH due to the fact that they were not adhering to her lifestyle. In essence, she called them out on being racist supporters, and this is her exact statement. I sent this email to a brand that has truly disappointed me. No matter what, I'm black first. There's been no response to this and no response on the timeline to many people who have brought it to attention. One thing I won't do is forget or act blind for exposure. I hope this email finds you well. I'm sending this today to ask to be removed from the ABH PR list. I am stunned and disappointed to say that I cannot, in good conscience, promote this brand while major figures within it are friends with and endorse racist figures in the beauty community, such as Jeffree Star and Rich Lux. I have built my platform on the values of diversity and inclusion, and it would be hypocritical of me to continue to encourage my audience to purchase from a brand that is not reflecting that in its entirety. I would not be contributing to any brand profit because of my stance, which is why I'm asking to be removed. I hope that one day I can wholeheartedly love Anastasia Beverly Hills again, as this brand was the very first brand that I ever bought from and loved. However, being black and making sure that I am looking out for the black beauty community and other communities of color is much more important to me than any free product. I am truly grateful for every courtesy and product that you have given to me over the past year, and I hope that this email does not reflect the opposite of that. So honey, opinion time. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about Jaclyn. Jaclyn Hill is honey, okay, let me, jeez. A lot of people have a lot to say about Jaclyn. You know, I see a lot of people want to support the girl because she's out here doing the thing. And we also know that she's not a true diehard YouTuber anymore. She's really trying hard to separate herself from the YouTubeverse because, frankly speaking, it's not her baby anymore. She doesn't care about her channel that much. If she's saying otherwise, well, let's just discuss the whole fact that all she does is actually promote any sort of makeup launches and not content anymore. So that's very telling. Now, as it stands right now, nobody has actually been able to provide any sort of proof that that image or video was actually of her from last year, but if in the case that actually rings to be true, that's very disheartening because in essence what she potentially is doing is weaponizing her own mental health and making light of what people actually have to go through just to avoid addressing difficult sort of things that is circulating around her name. She actually decides to avoid things and play the sympathy card quite often, and that's a little bit infuriating because you are a business owner. You have a brand. At least be forthcoming and transparent with your viewers because these people love and support you. So that's the least that you can do to be able to show that you care for everybody and really show that you care for your brand. Hi, Editing Miracle here, and I just wanted to add this tidbit too. If for whatever reason Jaclyn Hill actually gets to see this video, I want you to know that I 110% give you full-on support if you are actually going through it and if you are seeking the necessary help that you need, because mental health and wellness is an extremely difficult thing to be able to balance, and the fact that you are being strong enough to say that I need help, that is very applaudable. So I just wanted to throw that in there if she's actually really going through it. Alternatively, we're also in a really nasty sort of situation that at this time her fans are unable to decide whether or not she is telling the truth, and we have this really disgusting case of the boy/girl who cried wolf. And in reference to Anastasia Beverly Hills, honey, oh my god, you see, really ever since JACYLN hasn't been all that involved with ABH, we haven't seen that many brown skin individuals, and they cater to a certain crowd, which is disconcerting because their product line is really good. If Norvina actually did delete that apology because she did not want to address Alana, that's very telling of the company in of itself, and it's been well over a month since they've seen her message to them and they have not issued a statement. So no one can tell me that this is not purposefully done, and unfortunately that also means that things are not going to be addressed until people are ready to address things. And honestly, as a consumer, the only way that you're able to force these people to actually issue the statements for issues that you actually care about is to stop spending your money. Boycott and rant and rave all you want to on social media, but when you're not putting the bite behind that bark, it really doesn't mean all that much. So my Troublesomes, let me know how you feel about this news. Do you think that Jaclyn is really going through it? Do you think that this is another type of publicity stunt to end up avoiding addressing any concerns that people actually have in reference to both her nonprofit organization and in reference to her Morphe collaboration going down the drain? How do you guys feel about ABH? Are you still supporting their company? Do you think that ABH needs to stop reaching out to influencers if they're not actually going to pay them? Do you guys actually wish that ABH featured a lot more skin tones? Do you feel like you're represented by the company? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, my Troublesomes, I love you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, share it, and subscribe. I love you all so much, and until next time, okay, bye!